Welcome back to Tarot by the Bay. I'm David. Okay, I'm recording this at a little after 4 o'clock p.m. Pacific time on Saturday, February 1st. And finally checking the news here and seeing that Trump indeed did go with implementing 25% tariffs against Mexico and Canada. I believe there's going to be another 10% on China. Now, Gary and I did a reading on this one around noon, 1 o'clock, about 3 hours ago. And that'll be up on the Twin channel. And in that one, there had been no announcement for it. And as I recall in my reading with it, Trump was waiting for the phone call. You know, basically, and I likened it to somebody committing suicide, although the better analogy would be like a small child threatening to run away from home. You know, if I don't get my way, I'm going to run away. My mom's like, previously when he threatened to do stuff like that, threatened to run away from home, all the adults go, oh no, you couldn't possibly, we'll give you candy and toys. Please don't threaten to run away from home. And you know, what did he learn? You make idle threats like that and people give you stuff that you want. Well, there's a completely different vibe from world leaders right now when it comes to Trump. Whether they tell him to go F himself or they mock his Gulf of America with northern Mexico, you know, they're just clapping back. And they're treating him with so much sarcasm and disrespect that you never see politicians treating other political leaders. Leaders never tell another leader to go F themselves. That just doesn't happen. But it does with Trump because they're giving him the message in the crude and crass language that he understands and that his followers understand. Now, in that reading, I had Trump, you know, saber rattling. He was threatening to run away from home, but he really doesn't want to. He was waiting for Canada and Mexico to come and give him a phone call and say, oh, please, please, please don't do that. We'll renegotiate NAFTA again for you, or we'll do this, that, or the other thing for you, whatever it was going to be. And then he could back away from those tariffs, saying, you know, because he used the threat of tariffs like a big stick, they capitulated to him. Canada and Mexico didn't capitulate. And now, where's Trump? He kept waiting for a phone call. He didn't get it. So what does he do now? Do you pull the trigger? Or do you continue to bluff? Well, he can't bluff or say, no, he's not going to do it, because that's weak. It makes him look weak. So now he's forced into doing this, which apparently at some point today he did. So now let's look at the fallout of Trump's decision to impose tariffs on Canada and Mexico. All right, and then we'll look and see how it fits on the U.S. Again, this will be a similar reading to what we've got on the Twin Tarot channel. I'll try and do something a little bit different. If nothing else, 3 hours have elapsed and now we have the answer. Come on down. Okay, this will be for entertainment purposes only. Well, shoot, man. You're stuck now. He's stuck with his decision. He left himself no outs. And here's the thing. He can't blame Biden for anything that falls out from this. He cannot blame Biden. And he may privately rage that they never called to rescue him. You know, I'm the damsel in distress, and you two are supposed to come rescue me. And they didn't. An absolute betrayal. So Trump already, he's betrayed the NAFTA, or whatever they called NAFTA after Trump renegotiated something and then gave it a different name, but let's call it what it is. It's NAFTA. He's gotten out of the North American Free Trade Alliance. He does not honor treaties. He does not honor agreements. Now he's on his own. Well, the United States is on its own. Canada basically said, we're going to hit back with tariffs on very specific goods, which impacts swing states. Not the least of which you've got oil, you've got lumber, and you've got was it natural gas? I forget what it is. They contribute energy to the United States. I'm wondering if that's now going to be a lot more, 25% more expensive because of these tariffs. Likely it's going to be. It's going to cost people in the northeastern states a lot of money in electricity in the winter. Lovely. In the past, Queen of Swords, live by the sword, die by the sword. You're the one who threatened to run away. You're the one who did that. Nobody came running to your rescue. They didn't betray you. You betrayed them. Now live with the consequences of your choices. Current situation of the High Priestess. Trump doesn't know what the consequences of his choices are. The High Priestess is about secrets and knowing and understanding and knowledge and asking the questions and getting the response. Trump doesn't ask questions. He just goes off his gut. He's about to find out all sorts of stuff. We're all stuck with his decision here. But, yeah, there's going to be a whole lot of finding out. And the people that are going to be hit hardest are his base. Again, that betrayal, that heartbreak, trying to keep their emotions. The base is already having a hard time when Trump was talking about getting rid of Medicaid and federal grants that pay for their Section 8 housing and such, and their disability. They're finding out. They're finding out who he's about. Trump's about to find out too. Overarching energy is the Five of Cups. I really do think Trump expected them to come back, bail his butt out of the pickle he put himself into, but the world leaders aren't interested. They will let him lie in his bed. His supporters are going to find out. The lesson to be learned is the page 30. Trump doesn't know what he's doing. He just doesn't. And as an extra added bonus, his followers don't know that he doesn't know what he's doing. But everybody's going to find out. It's funny watching the videos of people asking Trumpers what a tariff is and how does it work, and they don't have a clue. They're about to find out. How come, he's gonna crow proudly about this. Trump will crow very proudly, the stickers that have Donald Trump on it saying, I did this, those are going to be out there. Hopes, wishes, dreams fulfilled. Trump has wanted this. This is what he's wanted. This is what he's threatened. This is what he's going to get. And the U.S. economy it's going to retract because of actions like this. Tariffs it's a fee. It's like a tax that you pay when goods are imported in the United States. Now, if you import a $40,000 car from Mexico, because, GM builds a lot of cars in Mexico, that $40,000 comes in from Mexico, GM's going to have to pay $10,000 on that $40,000 car. Now, I don't know if that's quite how it's going to work, but let's just say it is, because it keeps the math simple. So now that $40,000 car, or let's call it a truck, that $40,000 truck is now a $50,000 truck. How much of that $10,000 extra dollars is GM going to eat? Just say, well, MSRP on this truck is, we paid 40, it cost us 40 and we're going to sell it for 60. Now, if it costs them 50, are they going to still sell it for 60 and lose $10,000 profit? Are they going to sell it for 65 and split the difference? Or are they going to raise the price to 70 so that they make the same profit margin? That's what you have to ask yourself. That's the answer we don't know. There is some speculation that companies that have to pay the tariffs may slowly raise prices in an incremental fashion. But trust me when I say, when those prices go up, they will never come back down. Especially if they do it the slow way. Because once the tariffs go away, well, you're used to that price tag on that vehicle or that item. So now you may still continue to pay it. What's going to be the short-term impact on businesses in the United States because of this. Short-term impact. Oh, they're not going to like it. And this is to me, it's like this is passing it on to the customer. We don't like this. It's up 20. It's a perfect card. It's a 4 of cups. What used to cost 4 now only buys you 3. There's the money. People are going to be buying less. This is the economy. Again, if you sold 4 things at $10 a pop or $100 a pop, you may only sell 3 of them at $125 a pop. Now this is going to cost money and jobs. Economy is going to go down because cash flow is going to go down, and who's going to have to bear the burden on it? The companies aren't going to bear the burden on this. What's the long-term thing? The long-term thing is that jobs could come back to the United States. That's the goal with these tariffs. But here's the thing. U.S. workers are expensive. And there's a reason why the jobs went overseas in the first place. And it was because there's a much less expensive labor force over there, such that shipping the goods to another country to be assembled and brought back was less expensive than not shipping them over, assembling in the United States, and not paying the shipping on the way, not paying for the shipping over and paying for the shipping back plus any duties or tariffs that you had. That's less expensive than just keeping it in the country and building it. In the end of the day, we end up paying more for this. So yeah, this is going to be not a great situation. You're going to see profits and sales go down. Workers are going to get laid off. People are going to bear the brunt of this. And there's no good answer for this. If anything, then I'm going to read on that now. Because American corporations shipped their manufacturing in such overseas, will there be a backlash towards either these countries or people of that ethnicity living in the United States? In other words, are MAGA going to suddenly get mad at brown people because their avocados that they don't use for avocado toast are now 25% more expensive? And is that somehow the Mexican guy's fault for living in the United States because they're angry at Mexico? I realize that sounds ridiculous, but if you think about 9/11 and the violence against Muslim Americans, or COVID and the violence against Asian Americans, especially those from China, that's just how base people act. So let's look at Canadians and Mexicans and such. How is society in the United States? What's the energy around the society in the United States towards their treatment? Maybe it won't be that bad. 6 of Cups. Nostalgia, naivety, shares, reaching out, offering things of value, money, mercenaries. How is that going to... It's, kind of, you know what it is? We had a really good setup. NAFTA and the free trade, it got us things less expensively. We had a really good setup. And now we're on a totally different boat here. It's going to cost more money. And because of this uncompromising attitude, there's a lot of diplomacy that's going to need to be done. I'm not seeing anything that says people are specifically going to treat other people horribly in this country, but this card's kind of go back where you came from. You know what I mean? Come on down. At the very worst, this could be like you're not wanted anymore. You're costing us more money. You betrayed us. Go back where you came from, type of thing. Make America great again with the red caps. I don't think it's going to be dire, though. I just think people they're naive. Especially the ones wearing the red hats are naive. They don't know. Because their news sources didn't give them accurate information. They don't have the facts on how tariffs work. And now they're going to get to learn. I don't purport to be an expert on tariffs, but I have a rudimentary understanding of how they work. And, going back to that $40,000 truck example, which now the truck costs $50,000 and maybe normally they sell it for $60,000 and now they might sell it for $70,000. Let's say you had another truck that was assembled in the United States that also, it cost, instead of $40,000, it cost, $50,000, and they normally price the truck at $60,000. They only made $10,000 profit instead of $20,000 for the truck that was assembled overseas. Well, now that other truck costs $70,000. Do you think the manufacturer is going to keep that truck at $60,000? Because people are going to flock to that $60,000 truck to buy it. Because it's $10,000 cheaper than that other truck. And now you have demand. So if you raise the price up to $65,000, it's still $5,000 cheaper than the imported truck. And the people selling it make $5,000 more per unit. They haven't raised their costs by $5,000. They've just raised the end price because now it's a bargain relative to the other vehicle. That sounds like a capitalistic society and how it works like that. So this is going to be inflationary. This is going to cost money depending on how long it lasts. Maybe it won't last very long. Can ask, I suppose. How long will this last? Now, this is not where tarot is at its strongest. This is actually where tarot is kind of weak, trying to come up with dates. But how long might this last? What can you tell me about the duration? The United States isn't going to come out on top of this. I know Trump thinks they will, but I don't think they're not going to come out on top of this. Page of Swords. It's not really on Trump. Two of Wands, Page of Pentacles, Temperance. I get a lot of twos here. Could be 2 months, could be 2 years. You know what's going to cause it? Because he doesn't know what he's doing, but he's going to talk like he knows what he's doing. The economy is going to start to dip. And when the economy slows down, interest rates are going to be decreased, which is kind of the end goal on this one. Corporations really like low interest rates because it allows them to borrow lots and lots of money and not have to pay a lot of money back on the money that they're borrowing. So I think on the short term, corporations are going to be okay with it if the Fed signals that they're going to lower interest rates. But the minute the interest rates don't go low enough or they're paused to match the economy, that's when the American oligarchs might start putting the screws to Trump to do something about those tariffs because it's costing them money. And in the end of the day, this is all about extremely wealthy people wanting to make tons and tons of money. That's welcome to this America. All right. How long is it going to last? I'm not really getting a date. I'm getting more a series of events. But in the end of the day, Trump doesn't know what he's doing, but he's going to talk and act like he does. And the oligarchs are going to tell him what they think, and he's going to be like, yeah, we'll do it in 2 weeks, 2 months, whatever. And he's just going to keep putting it off. He will crash the economy if given half a chance. And it'll be fun or interesting. It's not really going to be fun. It's going to be interesting to see how he drops Biden. How he drops Biden. I'm reading a Milieu thing that says Biden dropped down. It's going to be interesting how he blames the Biden administration for his tariffs crashing the U.S. economy. Thank you very much for watching this video and supporting my channel. I appreciate it. This reading is for entertainment purposes only, but I hope you found it insightful, and I'll catch you on the next video. Take care.